And welcome back to another GACC podcast where we're going to be discussing games, anime, computers, and collectibles, but not necessarily all those in one week. I am still your host, Harrison, and to my right...
The missing person.
That's
James.
nice. And...
Hi, I'm Faust.
Is to my left.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't been on the show for like 2 episodes now.
Has it been that long?
Uh-huh.
I thought it was 3.
I mean, you're
3,
on again.
2, 3. I haven't been back in a while.
You're on again, off again, but you know,
right?
You keep coming back.
I know, right? I don't know
Despite
why
our
you
best
guys
efforts.
keep opening the door.
Kind of like hepatitis in Las
Yeah.
Vegas right now. Or no, Los Angeles and San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah, I
where
know.
that's a different show there.
Yeah, I mean, I took a trip to San Diego, and apparently that was right around the time that outbreak was starting. So apparently...
Was it San Diego or San Francisco?
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So best of luck to you guys out there in San Diego. I'd avoid the blood banks if I were you.
Or the bus stops, or the street corners, or any place in public.
That sucks.
Hepatitis is a horrible thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're back with our 3-part format.
Yep.
And I started us off last time, so I think we should pass it over to James since it's his.
I'll start off with
return.
the technology advancement I found that's better than the Apple Air product, which is called the...
hardware.
So everything.
Okay,
You found everything.
I found everything.
Okay, because that's all better than an Apple product.
Like your one-eared monkey that's holding up your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's called the HP Spectra. Spectre or Spectra?
Spectre.
Spectre?
Yeah.
Spectre.
Yep. The HP Spectre 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
13S, buddy.
13S.
Or is it 13s? It's just 13. It might just be 13.
Yeah, it's just 13.
Are you sure that you're qualified to talk about this product?
I don't know. Why don't we go get a real qualified personnel who knows technology?
Well, we can always find an HP rep, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know any of those?
I don't think so.
No.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe's one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
At least he's certified.
No, he's
Okay.
not certified.
Not anymore?
You're only certified when you're working there,
Oh, that's smart.
right?
Yeah,
I guess.
that's-
Well, I think. I don't know if he's actually got a cert or not, but whatever.
Anyway.
Anyways, so this guy's got like a better touchscreen, supposedly, and it has an 8th. What I like about it is the 8th generation Core i7. The 8550U, which is a quad-core CPU, 1.8 gigahertz. So that's a cool one. I like the fact that you can go up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, because I think the MacBook Air only goes up, I think they go up to 16, I think. And it has types of hard drive storage spaces, which I like, which is the 256 gigabyte, the PCIe.
Yeah.
It's tiny little guys. And the NVMe SSD with an option up to 1 terabyte. That's what I like about it, because in my work environment, like personal and work, I like this because it's light and it's very light. People like light, I don't know why. What's the deal with that? But they do.
I almost
they
want
do.
that. So I'm going to go off here real quick. I'm going to rail on this one. People like their light PCs. They like
do.
their light laptops. We got to have light laptops.
Yeah.
And every year it's like, is it under 10 pounds? Is it under 6 pounds?
This
it
one
under
is
4 pounds. Now is it under 2 pounds?
This is 2.5 pounds.
2.5. Okay. So now
That's
That's
like,
light.
are we getting down to like 2 pounds? And people are like, oh, I need something light because otherwise it like hurts my back. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
back in
his day,
Yeah.
his computer was 16 pounds, and he had to walk both ways in the snow.
Back in the days, we actually had a term called luggable.
Right.
And you really did lug these things.
Yeah.
Like they were suitcases that had computers in them. It was essentially putting a handle on a box case.
So now getting derailed.
Yeah.
It's light, and the fact that it goes up to more than just 256. I like that. Because a lot of people at my work fill up their hard drives. Even though you've pointed to the server, you could save your data here, you could save your data here, you could save an extra... They don't even read it. They just go, oh, my hard drive's full.
One of the things that I noticed
like
that was conspicuously absent from any outward mention in this news article is battery life. Because with these ultralights, one of the things that they do to sacrifice both weight and space for the form factor, it looks like most of the internals are going to be in this sort of back hinge module, along with the ports that are put back there. So unless it's like the super ultra thin under the keyboard kind of thing or stuff that's driving the monitor, I don't see much space for a battery, and I don't see much mention for like a long-term battery.
But that's the
life or
thing, though.
something.
It has the fast charge like our phones. So it charges really fast like our phones do. Like the.
Yeah, but the thing about ultralight and ultra portable means, like, I like the idea of ultra portable. I like something that's rugged. I like the idea of a laptop I could take camping with me or take out hiking with me and drop it off a mountain and have it still be functional and have it be able to last.
You're not going to get that.
Yeah, you're not going to get that out of
You're
an
not going to
ultralight.
get that
First
out of
off,
light.
Yeah.
Why does it matter? Because I don't think you ever go camping.
I have the opportunity to. Plenty of times.
So,
and I do like fishing.
Just in case you have the opportunity.
I do have the opportunity.
First of all,
I do have the equipment.
If you are going fishing and you rather play on your computer rather than be outdoors and talking to people, then you probably shouldn't be outdoors.
Some things a computer can.
It does last the standard 4 to 6 hours, like a standard laptop, but it does have a fast charging port on it, just like our phones.
So it's one of those things like any other laptop where you think, oh, it's so ultra portable. I mean, even this.
And you also got to think about it. Yeah. It's like the MacBook Air, which is basically a flash drive with a monitor.
Mm-hmm. What's the battery life on the Air? Do we know?
Like 4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, it's not.
That seems to be the current mode.
Well, I'm pretty sure they say it's longer, but I've never seen it go longer than 4 to 6 hours.
So that makes me wonder if I when I think of computer use, I think of like sitting down at a desktop computer and utilizing it for hours on end.
Again, this isn't aimed towards me, you, and him. Mm-hmm. This is aimed towards the people I work with. That's why I said I'm happy that it has hard drive space.
So this is more like an office or a...
Yeah, this is more like when you're on travel and you need to print up a document real quick and you need to do something. You just do it and just close it. You're done.
I also noticed that they really made a point of pointing out the fashionable finishes.
Yes, it is very, very beautiful.
That's the Specter line. The Specter line is more like a home office type design. Mm-hmm. It's
and actually it offers up to 16 hours of battery life.
Up to 16.
That's quite interesting.
That's actually more the norm now for the ultra portables because they don't use as much.
There's less power consumption. There's not really many mechanical bits in computers anymore.
Like I said, again, these are for use for when you're traveling. You need to do a documentation or something. You print it up and you get done.
So the big thing here, note, I think, is in the 8th generation processor.
And the display. The Corning Gorilla Glass.
Corning Gorilla Glass display with options up to 4K capability.
Yep.
Which is interesting. I mean, 4K is really catching on, and it's one of those things that's going to come out.
Yeah, regardless.
As the technology becomes more available and more prominent in the market, then just support for it is going to catch up.
And guess what? It does not have installed? No Beats audio.
No Beats audio.
It has Bang & Olufsen's instead.
Yeah, Bang & Olufsen is the new thing. Yeah, like it was Realtek, and then it became Beats, and I guess Beats finally lost their favor.
That's because Beats got bought by Apple.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
So it has a USB 3.0 Gen 1, and it has 2 Thunderbolts. So that's the USB-C.
Those are still trying to catch on. I do like the USB-Cs. I think they're quite convenient.
Those are cool.
It's a USB that you can just plug in either way and just be done with it.
Thunderbolt and USB-C is actually going to be catching on. Side note in all this is some of the new Dell laptops are the ultra portable ones are starting to use USB-C chargers. And, out of curiosity, I took the 65 watt AC adapter, plugged it in my phone, charges the phone too.
Nice.
So
I did see the Switch uses USB-C.
It does
for charging and interfacing. Actually, the USB-C interfaces with the dock to display on TV, which means there's probably going to be an option just to plug a cable like a USB-C to HDMI and transmit.
Yeah, USB-C is becoming very popular. Like another popular one from HP is the HP Z series. They have the HP Z2 performance model that came out at my work. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring my work, but I'm not saying anything names or anything. But they came out with the Z2 Performance, which is a tiny little desktop, no bigger than this. All right, and it has. Granted, I think they need more USB ports on it because it has 2 regular USB ports and 4 USB ports and 2 USB-Cs.
Well, with this laptop, I think it's going to cause consumer confusion. This HP Spectre.
Why?
HP Spectre. So the 8th Gen i7 processors.
Okay.
Okay. The huge difference in the processor between the previous generation and this generation.
I have not checked.
Okay. So usually when you see a U after the i7s in the ultra portables, it typically means it's 2 cores hyper-threaded. The 8th Gen has, because it said in here quad core.
Quad core.
It actually is a quad core. So it's an 8855U. So it's actually 4 cores, 8 threads. And the 7th gens are still going to say U after them, which is 2 cores, 4 threads. In the 7th gens, you needed to have a Q after it to actually connotate 4 cores in a mobile processor.
Okay.
So there's a huge step difference here.
So you think that's going to confuse people?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Maybe your average consumer is actually going to confuse because they're going to be like, well, here's this new one, i7, and here's the previous i7. This one's cheaper. They're going to have the same power. They're both i7s. But when you're talking 2 cores difference, that's massive.
True. But most of the average consumers who are confused by that aren't really there to know those differences. They're just there. Can it do what I want it to do? Can it process my data? Can it last hours on a charge?
From a more consumer side standpoint, that's been the questions I have. What are the battery life? What is the interface capable of? How much does it weigh? Is it actually portable, or do you have to carry a wire with you everywhere you go?
How long?
That kind of thing. Yeah. The major thing is I did look up. It utilizes the Intel UHD graphics 620.
Yep.
That is pretty mid-range class 3 mobile video card.
Yeah, it is.
So this is not a gaming laptop. I mean, ultralights usually aren't.
Yeah, they're not. I didn't bring this up for the gamers.
I wouldn't recommend this for a gaming rig or even a LAN rig. This is more of a productivity or try to say it, overinflated netbook.
The reason why I'm happy about this, it's for work purposes, because people who don't save their data where it should be, then you have space. Because you know what happens when you fill up your space. You get that annoying message going, you're running out of space, you're running out of space, you're running out of space. And with the 1 terabyte hard drive, that's going to be hard to run out of space.
Yeah, but how many people are going to buy it with the 1 terabyte hard drive? Because we're looking at the base model here being what, $1,300?
$1,300 for the 256. Probably cheaper if you go, instead of the i7, you go with an i5 option.
Yeah.
And of course, if you don't take the 4K screen, the 4K screen is going to be a big price jump. The 1 terabyte hard drive, another price jump. The i7 processor, another price jump, because the i7 processor on its own is...
So you're saying that a lot of people aren't going to buy it with the 1 terabyte?
No.
I doubt it.
Absolutely not.
As far as space is concerned, I mean, people aren't really concerned about space anymore because everything is either always available on the internet in subcapacity or is available in some sort of cloud storage,
or they have an external drive. Hopefully.
So something to be kept on the computer. I mean, the only thing, especially in a productivity sense, is going to be PowerPoints, pictures, and text. And we've already kind of hit the critical mass as far as being able to store massive amounts of these things, entire libraries worth of these things, and not even taking up a monumental amount of space. I mean, my entire music collection, which agreed is not very extensive or anything like that. It still is more music than I can listen to in a day.
Okay.
And it takes up maybe 15 gigs worth of space.
You're correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, music files and things like that, you don't really need a terabyte unless you are doing something that is very storage heavy, like video editing or video rendering.
But you wouldn't be using this laptop.
But you wouldn't be using this laptop for it because it's got the graphics card doesn't really handle video rendering that well. I could see it working in a pinch. It could probably do maybe some moderate photo editing, but this is not a productivity, like a straight productivity thing. This is more of an office or a business or a college thing.
That's why I'm saying
which immediately has me put it in that overinflated netbook category.
Yeah, office. That's why.
I mean, it's shiny. It's pretty. I like the fact that it's a super thin thing,
and it only weighs like 2.5 pounds.
And it's something to come up against the other ultralights out there, like the Surface,
a Surface Pro,
a Surface or something like that.
Yep.
Which are expensive.
Or the Surface Book.
Yeah, they are expensive.
This compared to the Surface Book's like what, $1,700? Mm-hmm. This is $13.
I don't know. I was one of those weird people who really bought into it, and I was excited for the Courier, which was a concept not even considered for production or even considered viable for production, but just the idea of it being this sort of two-screened book tablet, and being able to have it in sort of like a tablet touch keyboard emulation, or being able to share stuff between two screens seemed novel and interesting enough. But I'm pretty sure that's the same thing for any tablet that I get, including this. If I were to pick this up, it would fall under the same thing, novelty. It's one of those things that I would pick up and play with, and as soon as unless I establish some sort of workflow, some reason to have it and utilize it,
like Word documents on a daily basis. Yeah.
Like for a work
presentations.
Something like that. Unless I had a workflow established for it, I wouldn't use it very much. It would end up collecting dust until I decided to probably sell it at a massive loss.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how computers always go.
That's how they seem to work.
Well, I think that's my news. I brought that to you.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
You guys can go to hell. Monkey with no ear.
It's the Picasso monkey.
That is not correct.
Why? Because Picasso wasn't black?
No. Because Picasso